Hi guys and welcome to Drive Spark, and in today's video we are driving a car that has been around in the market for more than 2.5 decades. Yes, it has ruled the urban, the rural areas. You have seen it on the road, you've seen camper version, you've seen pickup truck versions, and this what we have with us is the all new Mahindra Bolero B8 variant. Yes, they have 4 variants starting from the B4. This is the B8. If you talk about the price of this vehicle, now this starts at 7.99 lakh and goes all the way up to the 9.69 lakh rupees mark. This is the top of the line variant that we have, the B8. So let's quickly check this SUV out and see what Mahindra has done to the Bolero, because it is an eye catcher on the road, especially with this color option. Well, that is how the Bolero looks like. Just look at this, especially in this black color. I was mentioning it to you in the start that it looks absolutely amazing. So if we check out the key over here, you can see you get this modern kind of a key over here. It's a flip key, and that is what you get on the back side. So basically you can lock, unlock, and this is for your lights if it's parked in a parking and you can't find it. Right now you can see that the hazard lights are on, and that is not because I've switched them on, that is because of a feature that I'll just show it to you. So I've opened the hood, and once you open the hood, the hazard lights obviously go on. Pretty heavy hood over here. You have some insulation, and that is your 1.5 liter 3-cylinder turbo diesel engine. Yes, that is the M-Hawk 75 engine that this Bolero gets. So for I think now it is closed. So yes, you can see that the hazard lights went off, and yes, that is what you get for almost 10 lakh rupees ex-showroom. That's a 1.5 liter turbo diesel engine, a rear wheel drive SUV, 7-seater, looks good with a manual gearbox. Let's start from the front end. As you can see, this is your headlight unit, a pretty big headlight unit. It's a halogen unit. What do you see over here? This is the cornering light. So when you are at a speed of, I think, more than 5 kilometers an hour and you turn the steering left or right, this thing illuminates that area, which is absolutely fantastic. That's your fog light. And just let me show you this. This part of the fender is in plastic, but if you check this out, that is pure metal. What other SUV gives you a bumper like this? All blacked out finishing. You have some chrome at the front over here with the new Mahindra logo. That is how the front end looks like. Pretty nice. Coming to the side profile of the car, that is how the alloy wheel looks like. It's a 15-inch alloy wheel. The tire profile is a 215/75R15. They are not dual purpose tires. They are road going tires. That is how the setup is. Just look at it. It's so basic. You don't even have a cover where you can put one, but that is irregular suspension. The rear has a leaf spring, and yeah, that's your alloy wheel. Again, fenders are finished in this gloss black, piano black finishing. You have some stripes over here, some gray stripes. Again, people have got them also black. That is how the car looks like from the side. Massive design. Just look at this antenna. Oh my god, it's a long antenna. Just look at that. I don't know. If you drive that baby, because the car will move, you'll have this. So preferably you'll have to keep this down, kind of just for a show purpose. That is your regular antenna. Your body colored ORVM, but completely manual. You can't even adjust the glass on this. You have to adjust it completely manually. No control on the inside. That's your door handle. Little bit of a silver finish, not chrome. Exposed door hinges. Again, you can get them modified. I've seen them modified. Look at this. The rear, I mean the quarter glass is bigger than this glass. Just have a look at it. And on top you can put roof rails. I don't know why, but you can. What you see over here is basically your air duct. Now it is not closed. See, you just can't close the door of a Bolero like you close on a normal door. You just have to slam it, and once you do that, there's a lot of air that's built up, so that thing comes out of here. If this is not there, I think you'll pop one of your windows open. And that is the transparent tail light unit. Looks good. You have Bolero badging right over here, but again, a completely halogen unit. That's your number plate. Pretty bright light on the number plates as well, but the rear bumper, as you can see, is no, I think it's plastic. Yeah, it is plastic. You have sensors over there, but no parking camera. There you can see you have two sensors. They have given a sensor. That is your spare wheel, and you get this Bolero cover right on top. Looks good with the Mahindra logo. That's your wiper. You have a washer as well. You don't have defoggers for this, but yeah, wiper with a washer will do. You also get this high stop mount light that is mounted a little like in a crazy way from inside. I'll just show it to you. Your basically, this is your fuel tank. That's for the AdBlue right over there. If you see over here, you get this Bolero B8 badging. Again, you have, this is the B8 variant, so you get the B8 badging. You have this vehicle that starts from the B4, then you have the B6, you B6 optional, and then you have the B8. Let us quickly. Okay, so those are your 6th and your 7th seat. So that is the seat that is folded down. Just look at the leatherette finish on this seat. I mean, they're perforated. Just look at that. Look at the finishing, and that is how you fold them up with this strap. So what you do is you just fold the seat up. Do this. You have a hook over there. Place this inside and strap it like this. If you don't want it, again, a lot of luggage. This does not come with the car. The mats are, I think, from the company. But yeah, that is how it looks like with one seat folded and one seat regular. I can fit over here, but not very comfortable because headroom is a little less. I'll be able to fit, but another person for a long journey won't be possible. Short rides within the city, not a problem at all. And yeah, that is what I was talking about. An exposed light right over there, but it's okay, not a problem. That is your unit for the wiper, and this is where you fill in the wiper fluid for the rear wiper washer. Nice. That's where you open and close this thing, and I've not removed this, but you can see all the material has like plastic on them. I don't know, I just kept it on, didn't feel like removing. All the doors also have it, and that is your view from your rear section. First row, second row, third row, and yep, again a slam to close it. Okay, so now moving on the inside, this is the second row where you don't have seat belts that kind of fold in. You have them hanging like this. You have two adjustable headrests. Again, the fit and finish quality of the seats is actually nice. You have some good cushioning. Just look at the amount of thickness the seat has. Under the support is also nice, but the seat is just according to my height. I'm 6'1". You can see the amount of leg space. I'll not be sitting over here, but little less leg room. I also saw a video where people removed the rear seat, moved this slightly back, made it into a 5-seater. It just looks awesome. Your armrest is right over here. No cup holders, no some storage space over there. That's your door handle with. There you go. Oh yeah, you see the plastic's coming out. Don't feel like tearing it off, but yeah, you can remove it. Just some soft touch material right over here. That's your door panel. Your window control right over here, and your basic thing to open and close. You have these belts to hold the door, otherwise the door will completely go the opposite way. And now moving on to this side, before I move on, you have an exposed keyhole right over here. And let us quickly have a look at the front seats. These are the two front seats. Again, very nice. I don't know why I'm liking the quality of the material that they have used on the seats. It's absolutely fantastic. It's very cushiony. Headrest is nice, and there you have your power window buttons right over there. For the front two, you can operate it from here, but the rear one, you have it on the door handle. So yes, that's your child lock. Exposed nuts. How rugged can something be, right? Exposed nuts to hold this thing on place. That acts as your bottle holder as well. You have your manual handbrake, manual gearbox, 12-volt socket. That's your storage space, and that's about it. I mean, what else do you want? That's how the door panel looks like. You have again exposed hinges. Just look at the way this is placed. Too rugged, too good. I actually like it. Again, belts over here. That's your design for your fuse box. That's your tire pressure. 30 psi is what it gets on cold tire pressure. Some storage space. Actually, a lot of storage space over here to keep bottles and all. Just look at this. You don't have storage space at the rear, but they managed to put one in the front, and that does not actually kind of hinder it. Let me show you where the speakers are. Check this out. The front speakers are right next to the accelerator right over here. So you have one right over there, one right over there, and the rear speakers are right over here where you can see them. There you go. So two speakers at the back placed over here, just beside between the third and the second row, and two speakers right on the foot. The door is not closed. Just have to slam it. Yeah. Mats, no, these are not mats that will come with the car. These are obviously separate mats. They are like 7D 3D mats. But yeah, manual controls, no height adjuster for the driver, no steering wheel adjustment as well. But you have auto start stop and you have headlight leveler. Let's quickly sit inside. Door does not, or just does not closes on the first go. Yeah, so coming to this part, the party piece of the Bolero. So over here you can see this is a single DIN. Just let me start the car up. That's an Android unit. It's a flip key. You have this part that is illuminated, looks good. That is your headlight stock, that's your wiper stock, and that is your console. So you get a tap pressure monitoring system right over here. It's showing an error because I don't know, it's not getting low tap. It's showing low tap pressure, but I filled it. I think these two you see ER that shows error, but 34, 33. So I think there's an error in the tap pressure, but overall it's fine. You have the basic readout. It does have a tap pressure, that's nice. You have the distance to empty. Then 11.8 after belting the car so much within the city, almost 12 kilometers to a liter. And yeah, that's your trip. There you go. Let's quickly start the car up. And you remember guys, I made a video of saying a quarter self start, not a half self start. Just check this out. I mean, did not even flick, just flicked the key. Anyway, okay, so that's your Android 7-inch single DIN unit. Just look at that, how complicated. I mean, they could have given a double DIN, but they gave this. You have two USB type A, one USB type C right over here. Android unit, you have manual AC. That is, I mean, this is one, it's blasting air in one only. Then you have, just look at the amount of air that's coming out. So the AC is damn nice. Defogger is right over here. Some storage space, and plastic. Nothing over here. You have a hazard light. Steering wheel is nice. I mean, it's chunky, it does not have any adjustment, but you get these controls to control this. Now that is your unit. Just have a look at it. It has a smooth touch, I must say. It definitely has a smooth touch to it, but it's a small system. And I have also seen people actually go to an aftermarket shop and actually connect the wireless Android Auto and Apple CarPlay to this, get the camera hooked up on the car behind and get it running on this. So you don't need to change it. It's a good unit. However, you don't have Android Auto and Apple CarPlay, but it's a very nice unit, I must say. Your 12-volt charging socket is right there. Yeah, they could have given one more, a couple of other charging sockets over here. Pedals right over here, your brake, accelerator, and your clutch. No adjustments for the steering wheel, as I mentioned, and that is your manual dimming IRVM. Very, very basic things in the car, and you have a halogen light that you can upgrade to an LED. Cabin looks nice. Just look at these seats. I mean, I just can't get over this is like, if you see it like this, obviously you will not recognize that this is a Mahindra Bolero, right? Seats are very nice, very comfortable. Overall, that is what the interiors look like. Let's quickly go drive it and tell you a little bit about how it drives and how the engine is now. Now, before we start off, let me tell you, as I mentioned earlier also, this gets the M-Hawk 75 engine. That is a 75 bhp motor and 210 mm of peak torque. Well, however, for an SUV of this size, I think the power figures are a little less, but the torque figures are pretty decent. It's not a, I mean, it has a linear acceleration, but overall, when the torque kicks in, it kicks in pretty well. Yeah, I'll do a quick pull. Just let me take a U-turn and come back. So again, a 5-speed manual gearbox, 75 bhp, 210 Nm, and a rear wheel drive setup. This does not have traction control, so if you manage to lose out traction, this will kind of slide out. Okay, so here we are, and now let us quickly do like a pull, coming to a stop. Second gear definitely has some torque. Third gear. However, you can see that the RPM over here is not visible because of the steering wheel. It's a very wrong placement. I don't know why have they given. They should have given the fuel gauge over there and not the RPM. Crossing the 100 mark now, and we have the road is almost over. So yeah, it's not a bad car. It's not a slow car, but just takes time to get there. You obviously have the NVH levels are a little weak over here because you can get a lot of wind noise from the outside. But you can get to manage and fix that up because obviously why not? If you are buying a car, I mean, trust me, this is such a reliable car. I mean, we've seen Boleros that have done almost like 5-6 lakh kilometers and they are still running on the road, still good. Especially in if you go to village areas, this thing is loaded with people and they are just belting it. And as far as belting is concerned, this thing can actually give you a fuel economy of around 14 to 15 within the city. I am driving like a hoonigan because why not? You have a Bolero, it's in black, and people definitely see this car and move out when you are coming in a little bit of speed from behind. But I've been getting around 12-ish, 12 kilometers per liter with driving like a maniac on the road. But you can get easily 14 to 15. The claim is around 16. You can get it. You can get more than that also in the highway. But you have a 60-liter fuel tank, and along with the 60-liter fuel tank, just imagine like going more than 700 kilometers in one single tank. I mean, you can definitely go more than that, but yeah, 700 kilometers plus on one single tank. You don't have cruise control. It's a raw car. Trust me, guys. This is fun to drive. I mean, there are the basic things like you have 2 airbags, you have an electronic steering wheel, all that is there. But overall, it is a pretty basic car, the top end variant as well. But they have managed to add a couple of things that will give it a little bit of peppiness. But overall, very nice vehicle. I am loving it. I don't know how you guys see the Bolero, but especially in this black color, I would love to have one. Definitely. Well, buy the base variant and just modify it out because you have a lot of modifying options for the Bolero as well. And if you talk about the suspension, too much of body roll, but they have dampened it out a little bit. They have used a little bit of better tuning for the suspension this time, so the body roll is a little less. You have leaf springs at the back, you have a regular coilover at the front, but I will tell you that on high speed it is stable when you're going in a straight line, but if you have to sway around a little bit, be a little careful because this thing tends to move its weight from side to side because it's a tall car, big car, and it has a soft suspension. Well, on broken roads it actually just goes very smoothly. It has that bouncy ride, so you don't have a problem with the comfortable seats. The steering wheel is also nice. You can see I can easily like cut lanes, but if you're doing it on a higher speed, be a little careful because it tends to move around. Overall, guys, fantastic car, I would say. I mean, at 10 lakh rupees, what else can you expect? A 7-seater, 1.5 liter diesel engine, rear wheel drive, manual car, just looks badass and drives also really, really fun. I hope you like this video. If you liked it, do a thumbs up, share and subscribe to all our social media channels. I'm Promit signing out. See you next time. Thank you so much for watching. Take care, be safe and drive safe.